Ladies and gentlemen, our topic for today is the belief that institutes that hold religious authority over people should be dismantled. But I personally view this topic in a different light. I believe that it's quite similar to the idea of anarchy versus government. I believe that organizations that hold religious authority over people are forces of good that actually control and better direct the tremendous power that religion holds today. Allow me to begin with the topic of the good that these religious authorities provide to the community, graciously provided to me by the opposition leader. Allow me to begin by discussing the fact of charity. Pope Francis had turned a 19th century palace into a shelter for the homeless. How many political leaders can you say have done the same? This is a tremendous force of power that can only be controlled if you allow authority and institutes to manage its resources. You cannot allow such a bountiful resource to go to waste. Thanks to this, many homeless people were allowed to live sheltered in a beautiful palace. You can't say that Donald Trump, for instance, would allow someone to live in the White House or the Washington Monument because they're homeless. This is because religion is not only beneficial in terms of being tremendously powerful, it is also built on being morally virtuous. Additionally, in 2015, the entities of the Catholic Church contributed $150 million in humanitarian aid to Syria. This is all thanks to the authority that can actually control this funding process. If you simply get rid of these institutes, these funds would not be able to be funneled into such worthy causes. People would try to donate to charities, but it will never be as effective as if you have such a powerful voice leading the charge in helping others. Additionally, these charities are nowhere near as insidious as those done by corporations. The ones that are handled by religious authorities are typically 100% non-profit, and you can't worry about these just being publicity stunts. You don't have to worry about Apple, for instance, making a charity for the homeless while also still forcing children into sweatshops in China. This is because religion prides itself on being morally virtuous, and since you have someone that can actually control it, you can actually funnel this into things that matter, things that help, without having all the hateful and insidious things of being a corporation. Additionally, this isn't the only thing it provides the community. When you get rid of these religious authority figures and institutions, you deny people the comfort of having a direct link between the voice of them and their God. And what right do you have to do that? If you think this is just some spiritual nonsense, keep in mind that it actually affects people's psychology and physical health. Research links regular church congregation to lower rates of depression and improved cardiovascular and immune functions, according to Hera J. Konich. This is a tremendous benefit, and if you get rid of these authority figures and institutes, people are less likely to congregate and band together, because these people don't actually have a power, they don't have a unified voice to follow and believe in and trust. This isn't the only power that these religious institutes have that they typically use for good. These religious institutes, to me, as I liken them to government, and for good reason. These religious institutes have the potential to de-radicalize all those who take the wrong path. Al-Azhar, for instance, preached that when hostilities were increasing between Muslims and Christians, that we should welcome Christians with open arms. This is vital, because if you simply allow these segregated bands of religious groups to arise, more and more radicalization will appear, and without a unified voice to lead them to a more righteous and well thought out path, these people will just simply stick to their own little circles and never accept conflict or criticism from others. One other important and semi-related point to the strength of these religious institutes is that they are a tremendous boon for diplomacy for the forces of good. The religion, in particular, cannot renounce the urgent task of building bridges between people and cultures. This was said by Pope Francis. Religion in and of itself holds tremendous power over people, and I cannot overemphasize this. Christianity and Islam alone make up 50% of the world population. You have 50% of people under your jurisdiction and follow your guidance. You can use this to build tremendous bridges and usher in new ages of peace. Pope Francis's speech on World Peace Day has convinced many people to hold these values truer to their hearts. You can't simply allow this tremendous resource to go to waste. At best, you're allowing a tremendous resource that covers over 50% of the human population to go to waste. At worst, you're allowing chaos to spread and people to adopt ideas and harmful actions simply because they don't actually have a guiding voice and institution or governmental type system to guide them towards what is right and what is wrong, and what is actually beneficial to furthering your religion, and what will actually radicalize people and make them hate you and create dissent against your religion. Additionally, if you think that these people can still corrupt and control and take advantage of the people underneath them, keep in mind that these organizations are the only way you can prevent that. Churches and small organizations of people who try to take religious authority will still exist even if you dismantle the biggest institutions. And you can only control these people if you have a more trustworthy face, such as the Pope or an Azhar, to tell you that these people who try to take you to the wrong and harmful paths are wrong. If you get rid of these religious institutions, all you do is create chaos and let a tremendous resource of good go to waste. I do not believe that this is the best course of action, and I only believe that this is the harm you wish to prevent. Thank you very much.